Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joél Simone Anthony. I am also known as the Grave Woman. If this is your first time here, I'd ask that you please hit the subscription box as well as turn on the notification bell so that you can be updated anytime I upload new content. To answer a few questions that I received online about embalming. And the first question is, if someone dies and their body isn't discovered for a few days and they have a good deal of decomposition, are they still embalmed, or is that impossible to do at a certain point? This question comes from Cindy. Thank you so much for your question, and it's actually a really great question. The answer is, in some cases, it is impossible to present the deceased after a certain level of decomposition. In most cases, if someone has been deceased for a few days and they're found, depending on the intrinsic factors, meaning what's going on within the body, and the extrinsic factors, referring to things that are happening outside the body, such as the weather, the environment the deceased was found in, whether they were in water, is it cold, is it hot, things that are going to affect the body from the outside. That's going to determine degree or extent of decomposition, as well as what's happening inside the body, those intrinsic factors such as, is this person ill, are they edemous, are they dehydrated, just things that are happening within their body. Are they taking certain medications? How did this person pass away? Just so many different factors play into decomposition on top of the natural rate of decomposition. As funeral professionals and embalmers, we do the best that we can to restore the deceased to their natural or most lifelike appearance. However, at a certain point, in certain cases, there are limited things that can be done. So to answer that question, it all depends on what's happening with that body, what's going on. So thank you so much for your question, and I hope that answers it. The second question is, why am I afraid to be embalmed? And this question comes from Annie. And Annie also asked, why do people want an open casket for their loved ones? Annie, to simply answer your question, I don't know why you're afraid of being embalmed. That's a question that you're going to have to do some digging on the inside to answer. However, I think that a lot of fears around embalming and funerals and the funeral home come from a lot of what we see in the media and on television, and the perception that things are done to the deceased in a way that is going to cause pain. I personally don't believe that the deceased can feel what is being done to them at the funeral home. However, I can guarantee you that the things that are done during the embalming process are for the benefit of the deceased body in order for preservation, and also for the benefit of the family should that deceased or their family choose to have a viewing. Everything that is done in the funeral home by professionals should be done with love and professionalism. And as far as why people want open caskets for their loved ones, people want to see and be able to say that final goodbye to their loved ones. Now, if an open casket is something that you are not interested in, or being embalmed is not something that you want, please, please, please take advantage of pre-planning and having discussions with your family and loved ones about the way that you want your body treated, and let them know that you do not want to be embalmed. And that's perfectly okay. I'm not here to tell you whether you should or should not be embalmed. As a professional and as in the role of funeral service professional, it is our job to educate you on what your options are. And embalming is exactly that, an option. It's not required by law. Some states have a requirement for public viewing, as well as some funeral homes may require embalming for public viewings. However, it is not something that you have to have done to your body if you do not want to. People decide to have open caskets for several reasons. Sometimes the family doesn't want an open casket. However, the deceased made pre-arrangements and wanted an open casket, and therefore their wishes are being met. Other times the deceased may have not wanted an open casket and did not have pre-arrangements in place or communicate that to their family members, and the family wants to say that final goodbye and actually view the deceased, therefore they're presented. So embalming and what is done with the deceased is such a personal choice for both the deceased and their families. But in order to ensure that all of your wishes are met, Annie, and that maybe you aren't embalmed, if that's something that you are afraid of, I would encourage pre-planning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please submit your questions in the comment section below or email them directly to thegravewoman@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. Live life, love hard. I'll talk to you next time.